Hey guys, this is my version of the best way you can transform Transformers Animated Deluxe Class Blur. I'm going to do both going from vehicle to robot and robot to vehicle since they're both pretty complex. You've all seen reviews of Blur, so I'm not going to do a review, just the transformation. First, what you want to do if you have them in vehicle mode already, you're going to lightly hold the back of Blur and untab from each side where the wheels connect to this back piece. And that's all you do, just untab it for now. And now you come at the front and see where these two tarantula fang looking pieces right here, you just spread them outwards just a little bit so you can release the shield, where you'll then lift up from the peg and set it to the side for now. Now what you're going to do is turn to the side and just pull down the back piece where Blur's knee will eventually become. Just pull it down since they're unpegged now. And now you're going to make sure that this piece right here, see this dark blue piece and this light blue piece up here, you're going to make sure that they're unpegged. If you have fingernails, this will really help you. Unpeg them. And now what you're going to do is go to the bottom and see where these dark blue pieces are. Those are going to be Blur's forearms. What you want to do is wedge your finger in there and unpeg the fist by the forearm by just wedging your finger in there. Any other way you'll have a hard time getting it out. The best way to do it is to go in by the forearm and just unpeg it. From there you can just freely swivel the arms by their swivel joints. You're going to make the thigh piece be flushly horizontal with the ball joint piece on both sides. Now you're going to straighten the knees again, and now you're going to take the ball jointed piece and rotate it appropriately this way. Rotate it and it will come down. You cannot go the other way, it won't let you. There's a piece of plastic that will prevent you from going the other way, so you have to go that way. Okay, and now you're just going to go to the back and flip down the back piece. Hello, Blur. And then you're going to take these black hinges on the side and connect it to his body. And then, bring down the arms. The rest is pretty much how you prefer to have Blur. I don't know the appropriate way to have the arms, but there should be no problems here. Turn around the head. You guys know the drill. Twist the feet and then open these to your liking, his toes, which are fantastic toes, by the way. And there you have Transformers Animated Blur and his sexiness with his shield that can turn into an energy saw, blah blah blah. Clip it right there if you choose. I most of the time just clip it to the back because I am on display, and he's all happy and blue. So now to go back, what you want to do first is make sure that this piece is totally flush with this piece on the arm. This piece is totally flush with this piece on the arm. So as long as the headlights are facing you horizontally at eye level, then these pieces where the back of his wrist are, where you can see the hole in the peg, are facing you also. So from the back you see his hands looking like that. And then twist his head around, flip the back piece back. You may need to unpeg these. The best way to unpeg it is to push the arms backwards, like that way, and it should come unpegged pretty easily. Make sure that this is flush with the rest of the hood, and make sure his horn comes through this little slot right here, and it'll just connect a little bit. Okay, now what you want to do is appropriately adjust the tail lights. Make sure you have the tail lights where it's not rubbing against the inner wheel, because if it is and you like rolling your Transformers on the ground, then it will not roll as well. So just make sure you got it where the wheels can still rotate, and then spin the wheels like this where the blue part is facing the front now. So now Blur kind of looks like this. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to take the thigh and bring it back, and at the same time rotate it sideways. Get the arm out the way. You may need to twist it back, but it's a little bit of fiddling. So twist this back a little bit, rotate the leg backwards along the ball joint until it looks like this. Now what you're going to do is rotate the knee, just bend the knee. Okay, and now you're going to rotate the rest of the arm with his chest still facing upward. The headlights are facing down. Best way I can explain it. Now what you're going to do is you're going to bend this dark blue piece that way, and the ball joint is going to try to keep it as horizontal as possible. Just keep it in that same area. Don't rotate the ball joint. Just rotate where the thigh swivels this way, where they're straight again. Now what you're going to do is turn the figure over and use the hinge to rotate so this blue piece right here will connect here, and then you're going to take your finger and thumb and see where Blur's thumb and I want to say middle finger is. That's what you're going to swivel into his chest, because if you can see, there's a little notch. I hope you can see it and pick it up on the camera, but there's a little notch where the thumb is supposed to be and the middle finger is supposed to be. So that's where you need to get them aligned up with, where the thumb goes and the middle finger. And once that's aligned, then you can peg that in pretty nicely. Do the same on the other side. Bring this down where these two line up. Take your thumb and middle finger Blur and get it into its slot right there. And then these will peg in quite nicely right here. And now all that's left to do is to bring the knees back up and carefully peg them back into the back. These pegs are pretty durable, but they look like they'll break. So just carefully peg them in. Rotate the knee up, carefully peg it in. And now what you're going to do is take the shield, of course make sure the saw is in. Take these two pegs right here and these two holes right here. Peg those in first. Then separate the tarantula fangs, headlights, and then once they're lined up with the holes on the side of the shield, just slightly squeeze it until it's pretty much locked in place. And there you have Animated Blur back in vehicle mode, nice and safe with nothing broken. So if you guys had any questions about how to transform Blur, I hope this helped, and I'll see you guys later.